Eat less, move more. Calories in, calories out. If you're not losing weight because you're not in a calorie deficit. These have kind of become the buzz phrases for the explanation as to why you're struggling to drop body fat. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, I've been eating less. I keep eating less and keep eating less, and it's not working. It's not benefiting me. If that's you, that's the situation that you've been in, and you realize that the race to the bottom calorically is not the way to go to get your body in health where you need it to be. I'm actually gonna break down exactly why that is and how you can adjust your strategy inside your nutrition in order to drop stubborn body fat, build lean muscle, and get healthier than you've ever been. Let's get into it. What's going on? My name is Monta Harden, personal trainer, strength and conditioning, and sports nutrition coach since 2017. Over that time, we've worked with over 700 men and women, helping them drop body fat, build lean muscle, and get in the absolute best shape of their lives as well. And one of the big things that we prioritize is helping clients understand how to use food. See, food is a tool. It is a lever that you can pull. It's a dial that you can turn in order to get the desired performance or aesthetic or health and longevity outcome that you want to achieve. And it's so much more nuanced than just eat less food or hit this calorie number. And I think that once people understand that and truly grasp that, it always helps them make better nutritional decisions that ultimately end up getting them where they want to be. Client Jordan was in the same exact boat. She was constantly eating the low calorie diets, the smoothie cleanses, the detoxes, and they were not benefiting her body and goals. When we started working together, we helped her figure out how to fuel her body to do what she wanted it to do. And we dropped 30 pounds of body fat. We pretty much eradicated all symptoms of her Crohn's disease and her irritable bowel syndrome. And she felt 10 times better, 10 times lighter in about 4 months, utilizing the exact same nutrition systems we're about to dive into. So first off, one of the big reasons why eating less in and of itself will not continuously help you drop body fat is because the metabolism quickly adapts to the amount of food that you're consuming. When you cut calories, especially in a drastic way, it's going to quickly plummet the metabolism where your body is going to expend a lot less energy. It's going to partition off a lot of lean muscle. Anytime you quickly cut calories, especially if you see a big dip in weight on the scale, which is one of the big reasons why people tend to lean toward these like crash diets, is because you can see a quick 10 pounds loss, but you're confused in thinking that that's fat loss. The vast majority of that is probably lean muscle and water weight. Losing that is going to throttle your metabolism. It's going to put your body at a completely different set point in terms of what you can consume before you start to accumulate body fat. Every single time you do a crash diet like this, you lower your body's maintenance caloric intake needs. Meaning that the first time, the amount of calories you needed to maintain your body weight were around 2,000 calories. Then the next time you crash diet, it jumps down to 1,700. Next time, jumps down to 1,500. Next time, jumps down to 1,200. So now, even though you're eating less food than you were before, you are struggling to keep weight off because of how drastically you keep crash dieting and trying to quickly lose the weight with these extremely restrictive and skimpy diets. So yeah, you're eating a lot less, but you're also burning a whole lot less. Your metabolism is a whole lot lower, and it's really just hustling backwards when it comes to actually trying to get weight off and keep it off long term. And also is that your hunger and your cravings actually are going to skyrocket. You probably have noticed during your most extreme dieting phases where you dramatically cut calories, where you said, oh, I'm going to eat only salad, or I'm going to do just protein shakes, or I'm going to do like whatever like extreme restrictive strategy you tried to box yourself into, you immediately notice how much more food you crave simply just due to the fact that you know you can't have it. This is part psychological and part physiological. Part of it is when you're eating very, very low amounts of food, or hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin, get dramatically thrown off. If your body keeps saying, hey, I'm hungry, hey, I'm hungry, hey, I'm hungry, and you don't eat anything, then that's actually going to down throttle that hunger hormone. Then as soon as you finally consume some food, it's going to say, oh, we're eating, oh, we're eating, oh, we're eating. And that's going to cause the binge cycle where it's like you feel like you just can't get full no matter what you're eating. And a lot of times this is the cycle that so many are going through. Maybe for 2 or 3 days of the week, you have this extremely restrictive diet going. And then the rest of the week, it's like you fall completely off the wagon and it's just everything in sight, whatever you can get your hands on. This is another reason why the caloric race to the bottom is not really beneficial for your long-term health and fat loss goals, because you have to be able to go through days without feeling starved. Now, I'm not saying that being slightly hungry is a bad thing. Slight hunger is good. If you are overweight you have eaten too much at some point in your life, and you need to be okay with having a break in between meals, with your stomach growling a little bit. But if we're getting to the point where we're constantly thinking about food and we're feeling starved, then you know that you don't have a sustainable diet in place. It's not going to be able to be a consistent theme in your life if you feel starved all the time, because it's just a matter of time before your body tries to go put that food back that it's missing out on. So now that we've covered why eating less in and of itself does not lead to long-term fat loss, I want to break down what it actually does and how you should reframe your mental state in order to start making better changes in your nutrition and finally dropping the stubborn body fat that you want to drop. First off is I want you in your fat loss phase to focus primarily on your protein intake. One of the big reasons why this is so pivotal is because it keeps the lean muscle mass intact. And if you can keep your lean muscle mass intact because you're eating enough protein to preserve, fuel, or maybe even build lean muscle during a fat loss phase, then you're going to keep your metabolism at the same place as your body fat decreases. And your metabolism actually might go up as you continue to get body fat off and other systems in the body. All of these things are going to improve as you are able to lose specifically body fat while maintaining lean muscle. And getting enough lean protein in is going to do that. So what I want you to do is whatever your goal weight is, I want you to eat that amount of protein in grams. If your goal weight is 160 pounds, I want you to consume 160 grams of protein per day. First off, you're going to be pretty full because eating upwards of 150, to 200 grams of protein, that's a lot of food from a volume perspective. It's naturally going to take you away from those options that you probably crave, maybe midday or late at night. You're not going to be eating nearly as much of the junk food that you might be leaning toward. And like I said, it's going to help you preserve that lean muscle mass. So as you drop body fat, your metabolism doesn't actually slow down along the way. Now, after that, I want you to focus on balancing out your carbohydrates and your fats. So a lot of people tend to cut carbs drastically during a fat loss phase. But the problem with this is if you're working out and you're exercising, you need that energy. Like, you want to perform well in your workouts. You want to be able to push hard. You want to be able to do the things that you need to do inside your workouts. And carbohydrates are the best fuel system that our body has. So short of you being diabetic, there's no reason you shouldn't have high quality carbs like quinoa, oats, pasta, rice, sweet potatoes, Greek yogurt, things like that inside your diet. You also want to make sure that you're getting those healthy fats in as well, especially the omega-3 fatty acids. It's going to be huge for your hormone health. Your fats basically keep all of your hormones in check, which is extremely important as you're trying to lose a substantial amount of weight. You're trying to build up lean muscle. You're trying to improve strength across your body. You're trying to regulate systems in your body. Like, you need the nutrients from those dietary fats in order to keep your hormone levels in check so that nothing gets too high or too low along the journey. And then lastly is that you want to fuel performance, not fat loss. I know this is probably completely contrary to what you might have heard, but dieting specifically for the purpose of weight loss is a very slippery slope. And I think that taking a different approach can help you make the right decisions. Because if we diet specifically for weight loss, then that becomes the caloric race to the bottom. It's kind of the same thing as starting a business, for example. If you start a business for the sole purpose of making money, the reason that you, or the things that you do to build that business will probably be completely different from if you wanted to start a business to change the world, to improve an industry, or whatever the case may be. Like, if you truly had higher values outside of just the making money aspect, you would build it in a completely different way, and it would have a much higher ceiling as the person that just wanted to build it for the quick cash grab. And I think we've all been a part of bought something, bought a product, or bought a service from a company who was very obviously just in it for the money, and then the one that truly loved their craft and loved what they were doing and really wanted to create an excellent product or an excellent service. It's really the same concept when it comes to how you approach your diet. When it comes to, are you looking to just lose as much weight as possible? Or do you want a body that is more energetic? Do you want a body that is stronger? Do you want a body that all your hormones are in check, that all your vitals are good? Do you want a body that sleeps well? Do you want a body with a healthy brain? Do you want a body that has a low body fat percentage and maintains its lean muscle mass? Like, if you take all of these things into account, the way that your body performs, the way that your brain performs, the way that you are able to train, are you getting stronger as you're losing weight, or are you getting weaker? Is your body feeling better, or is it feeling worse? Like, if you can truly make sure that you're performing better during your fat loss phase, then it'll naturally help you drop body fat consistently, as opposed to just hyper obsessing over the weight on the scale. I think that's one of the best things that we've done with pretty much all of our clients. Is like, hey, yes, we want to lose weight on the scale, but we want you to be feeling better week after week after week. I want you to have more energy. I want you to be able to eat more food. I want you to be able to push harder in your workouts. I want you to wake up feeling better and better and better and better and better, because that's the only way that we're going to make it a lifestyle. We can do the caloric race to the bottom, and we can work you to the bone 6 days a week, high intense HIIT style workouts, long drawn out cardio, and it would lose you a substantial amount of weight in the very beginning, but then you are going to be stuck with a metabolism that's 20, 30, 40, 50% slower, and it's going to make it that much harder to ultimately get to your end goal, which is not what we want. So that is it. This is one of the things that I'll stand on the soapbox, I'd scream it from the rooftops if I could. Eating less in and of itself does not mean that you're going to drop body fat. You need to eat better. You need to eat higher quality foods. You need to focus on the preservation of lean muscle mass and the performance of your overall body. If you can have a body that preserves lean muscle mass during a weight loss phase and it gets stronger during a weight loss phase, you are well on your way to dropping the stubborn body fat and then dramatically improving your health so that you can get where you need to be. So if you feel like this has been the situation that you're in, like all of the diets that you've tried have been restrictive and they've been just something that you knew that you can stick with, and you can't figure out how to get where you need to be from a nutritional perspective, click the first link down in the description. Take our transformation quiz, and we'll help you figure out exactly what nutrition strategy you need in order to get to where you need to be, along with your training systems, other habit systems, and then getting the accountability in place so that you stay consistent with it over the long haul. And if you want more insights in written form, kind of like this, where we break down exactly what we're doing with clients to help them get to their goals, click the second link down in the description, and I'll make sure to send you out some emails a few times a week, giving you more insights into making this happen. If you got value, make sure to like, subscribe, turn notifications on so that you don't miss the next upload, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.